And this Hashmonai, they applied the king from Kohanim, וחזרה מלכות לישראל, and then sovereignty, the power above Israel, land returned to Israel people, יתר על 200 שנה, more than 200 years. Yesterday I said less than 200 years. עד החורבן השני, until the second temple was destroyed. Yes, it's more than 200 years. It should be around 230. So it's historical.
Is
chapter.
The story of Alex related to the Chanukah story?
Alexander Mogdon.
Yes.
So it was before. Alexander Mogdon was conquering a lot of lands. I think it was another king.
Oh, okay.
It was Antiochus, as far as I know. So we need to check the dates.
You know the Alex story?
A lot of stories about him.
And the Jews, if they promise that he will keep his name.
It's some kind of midrash.
It's midrash?
I don't remember exactly.
So he was also conquering the temple back, and he wanted to put his image in front of the Bet HaMikdash, and the Jews came to him and say, "Don't do this, because one day another king will come and destroy your statue. So we will promise that the next generations we will name our children after you, so you will be never forgot."
I heard something about it. Alexander Mogdon was earlier. It was 200 years earlier. So it was at the beginning of the second temple, and now we at the second part of the second temple. Interesting. Okay, I can search it later in this midrash. So we return to Rambam about the history of Chanukah. וכשגבו ישראל אביהם ואיבדום בחודש כסלו היה. So when Jewish people won this battle with the Greek, it was 25 Kislev, ונכנסו להיכל, and then Jewish entered the temple. ולא מצאו שמן טהור במקדש אלא פח אחד. They didn't find pure oil in the temple, only small amount. ולא היה בו להדליק על יום אחד. How many it was? It was enough for one day only. והדליקו ממנו מאורות המערכה 8 ימים. And they light the candles of מערכה. I guess it's about menorah. 8 days, עד שקדשו זיתים, until they made a new pure oil. And he didn't mention this word nes, right? So it was enough for one day, but they lit a fire for 8 days. How it's happened? Just happened. מפני זה התקינו חכמים שבאותו הדור, הלכה number 3. Because of this, the sages of this generation, they decided a new decree that these 8 days, starting 25 Kislev, they will be Yemei Simcha, holy day, festival, והלל. And say Halel. מדליקים בהם נרות בערב. And also the third chapter, the third part of this holiday, that we light the candles at the evening על פתחי הבתים, on the entrance of our houses, בכל לילה ולילה, every night from these 8 nights. Why we light the candles? להראות ולגלות הנס. Also, now he mentions this word nes, to show this nes. בימים אלו הן נקראים חנוכה. So these days, it's called Chanukah. והן אסורים בהספד ותענית כמי פורים. So on these days, you cannot say hesped if some relative person died. So you cannot say there's a special word about it. Like a necrolog, You don't use this word, Nikolai?
Morning, Trauer?
Yes, Trauer speech.
Yeah.
So you don't say it, but Ta'anit kemem, and you also don't make Ta'anit like on Purim, which is also not allowed to do these two things. הדלקת הנרות בערב מצווה מדברי סופרים כקריאת המגילה. And to light these candles on these days, it's mitzvah מדברי סופרים. In Hebrew, in Aramaic, we say midarabanan, like the reading of Megillah, which is also mitzvah, not from the Torah. Kol shechai. So now he goes in halachot. הלכה 4. כל שחייב בקריאת המגילה חייב בהדלקת נר חנוכה. So everyone that's obligated to read Megillah is also obligated to lit the candle of Chanukah, which means, I guess, so we need to check there. The question is about women, and they obligated or not. I think they're not. ומדליק אותה בלילה הראשון וברך 3 ברכות ואלו הן. So who lit the candle says 3 blessings on the first night. We said it already on the first night. אשר קידשה מצוותיו ויצווה להדליק נר של חנוכה. The second, שעשה ניסים לאבותינו ושהחיינו. An interesting addition here. וכל הרואה אותה ולא ברך מברך 2. And the person that didn't lit the candle and he saw the candle, he says 2 blessings. שעשה ניסים ושהחיינו. On the first night, ובשאר הנרות, and on the rest of the nights, המדליק מברך 2, so the ones that light the candle says 2 blessings, and the one that see the candle and מברך 1 says 1 blessing, because שהחיינו is only for the first night.
We're not obligated to hear twice the Megillah, Esther.
So we can check the Rambam. Before Shulchan Aruch, let's check Rambam. הלכה משנה תורה. זמנים. Scroll of Esther. Let's see. והכל חייבים בקריאתה אנשים ונשים מגיעים והורידים משוחררים. So everyone obligated to read Megillah. So the woman is also obligated to light the fire of Hanukkah, right? Let's see. So now he talks about Hallel. בכל יום ויום משמעת הימים אלו גומרים את ההלל מברך לפניו אשר קידשה מצוותיו עצמם לגמור את ההלל בין ביחיד בין בציבור. Every day we say complete Hallel. It's called גומר את ההלל. You finish Hallel and you make blessing. So it's not the blessing that we say לקרוא הלל, right? And in Rambam the nusach is different. לגמור את ההלל. To say full Hallel. בין ביחיד, בין בצבא. Doesn't matter you say it private or together with other people. You say with ברכה. אף על פי שקראת ההלל מצווה מדברי סופרים, מברך עליו אשר קידשה ממצוותיו וצוונו כדרך שמברך על המגילה ועל העירוב. So he mentioned the question about the nusach of ברכה. We say אשר קידשה ממצוותיו. That we talk to God, that He made us great with His mitzvot, commandments, and God commanded to us to say Hallel. But it's not exactly correct, because the mitzvah to say Hallel is midvei sofrim. So God didn't command us directly to say Hallel. So it's a question. And even though we say bracha like on Megillah, and like on eruv. So when we make eruv, we also say bracha. Why? שכל ודאי של דבריכם מברכין עליו. Because when you perform a mitzvah that was made by the sages, you say bracha. אבל דבר שראו מדבריכם בעיקר עשייתן לא מפני הספק, כגון מעשר דמאי, הם מברכים עליו. But if you do something that you obligated to do because of decree of the sages, but it's based on safek, then you don't make bracha. For example, maaser dmai. Dmai is when you buy fruits in the land of Israel and you're not sure about maaser. The owner separated maaser or not, then you need to separate maaser, but without bracha, because if you're not sure, you don't say bracha. ולמה מברכין על יום טוב שני והם לא תקנוהו, אלא מפני הספק, כדי שלא יזלזלו בו. On the other hand, we finish this. On the other hand, we have Yom Tov Sheni, so it's not from the law of Torah, but we say brachot, we say kiddush, for example. Why we say kiddush and we say bracha on Yom Tov Sheni? It's not from the law of Torah. כדי שלא יזלזלו בו, because if we'll not say bracha on the second day, then people will say it's not holiday. So it's more technical reason.
Okay.
You want to ask something?
If I now see fruits in the store and they are from Eretz Israel,
Yes.
I can buy them and I just put aside the maser.
Yes, so you need to perform this ritual
And
to
where I put
separate
the
maser.
maser?
So you need to learn how to do it. It's a little complicated.
Okay, so I don't buy it.
Yes, technically it's easier not to buy it. Usually in Siddur there is this explanation how to do it. The main problem that we don't give it to Levi today, and we don't give it to Kohen because they're not pure, as far as I know. So we do some kind of trick. It's called lechalel. So we're doing basically hilul. So we need to turn this holy that we separated into unholy. How you do it? So you kind of transfer this holiness from the fruits on the matbea, on the coin. So you need to have special coin that you transfer the holiness to this coin, and then at some point you need to destroy this coin.
Destroy?
You need to throw it to the sea. But it will take some time because the amount of fruits is very small amount and the value of coin is higher, so you can use the coin to separate a lot of times. So it's complicated. Okay. ולא הלל של חנוכה בלבד הוא שמדברי סופרים, אלא קריאת הלל לעולם מדברי סופרים בכל הימים שגורמים בהם את ההלל. So now Rambam continues this topic about mitzvot from the Torah and from the sages, and so we talk about Hallel. Hallel, not only on Chanukah Hallel is not the law of Torah, but also overall Hallel, it's the law of Sofrim, of the sages. Anytime when you say Hallel. ו18 יום בשנה מצווה לגמור בהן את הלל. So it's interesting, he counts how many times during the year you need to say Hallel. 18 times. The Elohim, and he counts the times. 8 ימי חג. Chag means Sukkot. So 8 days on Sukkot. ו8 ימי Chanukah, 8 days of Chanukah. So it's already 16. ראשון של פסח, first day of Pesach. ויום עצרת. עצרת means Shavuot. So this is the 18 days when you say full Hallel. אבל ראש השנה יום הכיפורים אין בהם Hallel. But we also have Yom Tov without Hallel. To Yom Tov, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Why we don't say Hallel? לפי שהן ימי תשובה, ביראה, בפחד, לא ימי שמחה יתרה. Because this is the days when we return to God, we think about how we can improve ourselves. It's not the days when we have additional simcha. How I translate simcha?
Happiness? Joy?
Joy. Celebration. And are not days of extra celebration. ולא תקנו הלל בפורים שקראת מגילה היא הלל. But why we don't have Hallel on Purim? Because when we read Megillah, so this is Hallel. So
interesting.
We remember this story and it makes us happy and we...
But then the question is why we read it on the night, because usually we don't read Hallel at night.
Okay, so we will learn it when we learn about Purim. מקומות שעושים יום טוב שני. So now we talk about יום טוב שני and Hallel on יום טוב שני. מקומות שעושים יום טוב שני ימים גומרים, יום טוב שני ימים גומרים את הלל 21 יום. So in Germany we will have Hallel not 18 days during the year, but 21 days. We can count now. 9 ימי חג, so on Sukkot we have 9 days instead of 8. 8 ימי Chanukah, the same, 8 days of Chanukah, 2 ימים של פסח. On Pesach we have full Hallel not on one day but on 2 days, ושני ימים של עצרת. And also Shavuot, we will have full Hallel not on the first day, but on 2 days. אבל בראשי חדשים קריאת הלל מנהג ואינו מצווה. So it's important to know that on Rosh Chodesh, when we say Hallel, it's not mitzvah, it's only minhag. It's a custom. מנהג זה בציבור, לפיכך קוראים בדילוג. Oh, interesting. Because this custom to say Hallel on Rosh Chodesh is the custom to say it בציבור, when we have gathering, לפיכך קוראים בדילוג. This is the reason why we say it short. והם מברכין עליו שהם מברכין על המנהג. Oh, very important. So we don't say, Rambam says, we don't say bracha on Hallel on Rosh Chodesh because we don't say bracha on minhag. ויחיד לא יקרא כלל. Interesting. So when one person says, celebrates Rosh Chodesh without company, without gathering, then one person should not say Hallel on Rosh Chodesh. Very interesting. ואם התחיל ישלים. But if by mistake the person started to read Hallel on Rosh Chodesh, ישלים. He needs to finish it. ויקרא בדילוג. And short. Not full Hallel. וכן בשאר ימי פסח קוראים בדילוג כראשי חדשים. And also on the rest of the days of Pesach we read a short version of Hallel like on Rosh Chodesh. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Would you say Rosh Chodesh Tevet and Rosh Chodesh and Rosh Hashanah, 1st of Tishrei, are connected to each because on 1st of Tishrei we don't say Hallel because of Rosh Hashanah, and on Tevet we say the full because of Chanukah.
So we say Hallel on Chanukah. So
exactly, the full Hallel.
Full Hallel.
On Rosh Chodesh, and normally we don't say full Hallel on Rosh Chodesh. We say.
So it's just a coincidence that we have Rosh Chodesh on Chanukah, right? So we say Hallel because of Chanukah, right? Full Hallel, not because Rosh Chodesh. So when we have Rosh Chodesh except Chanukah, we have custom to say Hallel, not obligation. But on Chanukah we have obligation, right? This is the difference. Okay. It's like different levels. כיצד מלגים? Also, what's the technique how you make Hallel shorter? So we have it in Siddur. I'm just interested to check if Rambam have the same methodic or maybe Rambam have different. Hallel. מתחילים מתחילת ההלל עד חלמיש למעייני מים. So we start Hallel like usually until the moment when God turned the stone into water. And then we skip the next chapter and we continue Hashem's Chagad Nevarech. Okay? Ad Hallelujah, ומדלג ואומר מה אשיב להשם. Oh, so we finish מעתה ועד עולם Hallelujah, and then we skip the chapter Ahavti, and then we start the chapter מה אשיב להשם. עד Hallelujah, ומדלג ואומר מן המצר קראתי. Oh, interesting. So we don't do it like Rambam. So after בתוכך ירושלים Hallelujah, we skip until מן המצר according to Rambam. Very interesting. It's a good point.
Pardon?
So we say in Hodul Hashem Kitov, we say it, but when we say short Hallel, we should not say Hodul Hashem Kitov. Rambam says.
But I've never heard this.
Me too. מדרג אומר מהמצר קראתי עד סוף ההלל. זהו המנהג הפשוט. ויש מנהגים לדרג אחר. So this is the custom in the times of Rambam, the main custom, but Rambam says that there is other custom how you make short Hallel, which is our custom. Okay. כל היום כשר לקריאת הלל. So he talks a lot about Hallel. So all the day is kasher. You can say Hallel during all day. So you don't. So usually we say it during Shacharit, but also you can say it later. והקורא את ההלל למפרע לא יצא. So you need to read Hallel in this specific order that we have. I guess this is the order of Tehillim, right? We have 113, 118, 115, 116, 117, 118. So this is the order to read. If you read it in different order, you don't do it right. קרא ושהה וחזר וקרא, אף על פי ששהה כדי לגמור את כולו Yatsao. So if you read it one chapter and then we make a pause and then you finished it, it's okay. ימים שגורים בהם דרלל יש לו להפסיק בין לפרק לפרק, אבל באמצע לא יפסיק. So also the question about when you can make a pause during the prayer. So between the chapters of Hallel, you can make a pause if you need. For example, if someone came, you can say shalom. But in the middle of the chapter, you should not make hefsek. How I say hefsek in English?
Interruption?
Interruption, exactly. וימים שקוראים בהם בדילוק אפילו באמצע הפרק בסוף. Oh, but when you say a short Hallel, you can make interruption even in the middle of chapter because it's not an obligation, right? Very important. כל יום שגומרים בו את ההלל מברך לפניו, ומקום שנהגו לברך אחריו, מברך. So every day when you finish Hallel, you should say bracha before Hallel. שהקדישן מצוותיו הצפון לקרוא את ההלל, או הקרמם says לגמור את ההלל. But what's about bracha after Hallel? ומקום שנהגו לברך אחריו, מברך. And if you in the place when the custom is to say bracha after Hallel, you should say bracha after. כיצד מברך? יעלוך השם אלוהים כל מעשיך וצדיקים וחסידים עושה רצונך ולחמך בית ישראל בעינו יודו לשמך כי אתה השם לך טוב להודות ונעים לשמך לזמר ומעולם עד עולם אתה האל ברוך אתה השם המלך המהולל המשובח המפאר חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך לעולם ועד. So it's a little different nusach that we have, but it's similar. That we say on the end of Hallel. יש מקומות שנהגו לכפול מאותך כי עניתני עד סוף ההלל כופלים כל דבר ודבר שתי פעמים. Rama mentions that there is a custom that on the end, when we say Odcha ki anitani, we say in every pasuk 2 times. So if you, in this place, when people say it twice, you should do it, you should say it twice. But if you, in the place, when they don't say it twice, so you should not say it twice. מנהג קריאת ההלל בימי חכמים הראשונים כך היה. A lot of details about ההלל. אחר שמברך הגדול שמקרא את ההלל מתחיל ואומר הללויה וכל העם אומרים הללויה. So it's very interesting how it should be read when we have gathering. מצוות קריאת ההלל בימי חכמים הראשונים כך היה. So Rama says when, so initially how this mitzvah was performed. אחר שמברך הגדול, so we have important persons like the leader, שמקרא את ההלל, so he says הלל, and he says hallelujah, and everyone answering also hallelujah. וחוזר ואומר עלו עבדי השם וכל העם עונים hallelujah. No, we don't do it like this, interesting. So when Chazan says hallelujah עבדי השם, so he refers to people, right? So people should say hallelujah. It makes sense. וחוזר ואומר, הללו עבדי השם, וכולם עונים הללויה, וחוזר ואומר, הללו את שם השם, וכולם עונים הללויה, וחוזר ואומר, יש שם מברך מברכת העולם. So it's you can see this type of prayer in Sephardic synagogues. They more different time, because in Ashkenazi world, you see everyone saying privat prayer, and they interact less. But in Sephardic, the emphasis is more on Cantor, on Chazan, and the others are participators. So different type of prayer. And in Ashkenazic, everyone is more autonomic and prays by themselves. וכן על כל דבר. עד שנמצאו עונים בכל הלל הללויה how many times you should say hallelujah? So basically, leader reads all the hallel, and everyone else doesn't read it. Everyone else say hallelujah at specific points. How many times you should say hallelujah? 123. How you can remember the amount of times? How many years Aaron was living? Interesting, he was living more than Moshe, right? Moshe 120 and Aaron 123. Interesting. וכן כשהקורא מגיע לראש כל פרק ופרק, אין חוזרים ומראים מה שאמר. And also when so after the leader, so when the leader reads chapter, the congregation saying hallelujah at specific points, but also when the leader finished to read one chapter, the congregation repeat this chapter. Interesting. Okay, so this is the technique. הלכה 14. הקורא אומר אנא השם הושענא, וראינו עונים אחריו אנא השם הושענא. אף על פי שאינו ראש פרק. Oh, so we do this. When the leader says אנא השם הושענא, the rest repeat after him. So we will not read all the details because Rambam says in the end, זהו המנהג הראשון. So it was initially how people would read Hallel, and it's how you should do, but at our times, Rambam says, I saw different customs in different places, how people read, how people answer, ואין אחד מהם דומה לאחד, so very different. So we wanted to learn about candles mainly, right? Chapter 4 is about candles. כמה נרות הוא מדליק בחנוכה? How many? So it reminds me German language. You also have this. How many candles a man should light, right? How you say it in German?
Wie viele Kerzen ein Mann oder Mann anzünden?
Yes, it sounds strange for me because we don't say it in Russian. So, for example, instead of it's cold, in German you say a man called it, right?
Es ist kalt.
No, man heißt das, you say like this, right, in German?
So you say it in general.
Yes.
Ja,
So also, so I would say how many candles we light, right? But Rambam says, כמה נרות הוא מדליק
wie viele Kerzen zündet man an?
Zündet man, yes. Exactly.
Zündet man an.
wie viele Kerzen zündet man an? מצוותה שיהיה כל בית ובית מדליק נר אחד. So we learned it already in Gemara, so now we learn it in Rambam. So the mitzvah that every home should light one candle. So it doesn't matter how many people live in house, or even if one person one candle, or big family one candle, no difference. And if someone wants to make mitzvah beautiful way, then this person should light candles according to amount of people in the house. Bein anashim. So you should count the man and the woman also. But the third type of person is that he wants to do the best, then he lights the candle לכל אחד בלילה הראשון, מוסיף והולך בכל לילה ולילה אחד. So what's the technique? We need to understand. So on the first night he does the same like Mehader, the amount of candles according to the amount of people, but every next night he adds one candle. So it's the other understanding. So it's not how we learned in Gemara. So for example, if I have 3 people, so on the first night I make 3, and then on the next night I make 4, and I'm adding 1 candle every night.
Okay.
Interesting. Keitzad. So he makes a calculation now. So for example, there was 10 people in the house. So on the first night, you need to light 10 candles. Not like I said. And on the next night, you should do 20. So you're adding 1 candle for every person. Yes. So if I have 3 people, so the next night 6, and then 9. So I add in 1 candle for every person. Yes. Okay. מנהג פשוט בכל ערינו בספרד שיהיו כל אנשי הבית מדליקים נר אחד בלילה הראשון. So this is the theory. Now about minhag, practice. So בספרד, in Spain, שיהיו כל אנשי הבית מדליקים נר אחד. So every person lights 1 candle, ומוסיפים והולכים נר בכל לילה. and the adding candle every night. So like we do today. So on the end we have 8 candles. It doesn't matter the amount of people. Okay, so this is how we do today. So for example, if we have 2 holes and 2 strings in one cup, so it can be considered, can be used for 2 people. Okay, so a lot of details, we don't have it today. Oh, so when we light the candles, it's important. So we need to light, so we cannot light during the day, we need to wait until the sun goes down. So you need to light the candles when the sun goes down, not before and not after. But if you forgot this moment, you skipped by mistake or intentionally, and you didn't light the candles when the sun goes down, then you can also light later. So all the time when people are on the street. How many time people on the street? You can see by yourself. Half hour or more. So when there are no more people on the street, you should not light a candle. Because there's no reason you light it for the people, right? So today we have nightlife. Today it's not a problem. So how many oil you should put into your ner? How I say ner in other languages? Candle. It's not a candle. Gishir, some kind of gishir. So for example, we can say a lampada. You don't use this word?
Öllampe?
Yes, lamp. Okay, so we can say lamp. So how many oil you should put into your lamp or lamp? Oh, so that it will light until people remains on the street. Very important halacha that if you light the candle and it was kaftan, how you say it? In English, I forget. Extinguish it. Oh.
What?
Extinguish it? How you say it, kaftan, when the fire disappeared?
Erlöscht.
Extinguished. How you say in German?
Erlöscht.
Enlöscht, yes. So if you light the candle and then it was enlöscht, you're not obligated to light it again, because you already did mitzvah. And the other extreme, if the candle was remained with fire a lot of time after people left, so if you want to remove it or to extinguish, you can do it. כל השמנים והפתילות קשורות לנר חנוכה, ואף על פי שאין השמנים נמשכים אחרי הפתילה ואין אורות נתלית יפה באותן פתילות. So every oil you can use, wraps, Sonnenblumen, doesn't matter. And every string you can use, that works. Doesn't matter the material.
It's not the same like on Shabbos.
ואפילו בלילי שבת, שמתוך ימי חנוכה מותר להדליק השמנים והפתילות שאסור להדליק בהם בשבת. So on Shabbat you have specific laws, which oil you can use, which string you can use, but if you have Shabbat, Chanukah Shabbat, then you can use also. לפי שאסור להשתמש לנר חנוכה, what's the reason? לפי שאסור להשתמש לנר חנוכה בין בשבת בין יכול אפילו לבדוק מאוד או למנותן להוראה אסור. The reason is that you don't light it to use the fire, because on Shabbat you light it because you need the light. So you need to light good. So if you use bad quality oil, then it's a problem because it's not functioning properly, right? But on Hanukkah you don't light it to use the light, so it doesn't matter which oil you use. No? Makes sense. Because it's forbidden to use the light of Chanukah candle. Okay, Chanukah lamp. So where you should put the candle? It's very complicated. Today at least. נר חנוכה מצווה להניחו על פתח ביתו מבחוץ בטפח הסמוך לפתח על סמוך הנכנס לבית. כדי שתהיה מזוזה מימין ונר חנוכה משמאל. So a very profound definition. So the mitzvah to put this candle on the entrance of your house outside. But not too far away from your entrance. So when person coming to your house, ner should be on the left. And the reason that mezuzah will be from the right. And ner Chanukah from the left. So what you do when you live on the second floor first, not on the ground floor. Then you put on the
window.
On the window. Window sill. There's. We don't have it here.
Fensterbank.
Sometimes you have this bank, so it's easier. So here you can hang it maybe on something. But if you live too high, more than 2 meters, then it doesn't have effect because people don't see it. Right? So, what to do? So this is the question, what you should do then. So in Israel, they light on the entrance of, how you say it? So you have a lot of apartments into one stairs. So, and the entrance, so you have one house and you have several entrances, and in every entrance you have several apartments. So in Israel they light on the entrance to the apartments, for example. But we have also other options. B'mei sakana. So when it's dangerous, so it means that a Jewish person doesn't want his apartment to be recognized as Jewish apartment, then he doesn't want to put a candle outside of his apartment. Then he can put Hanukkah candle בתוך ביתו, inside his house, מבפנים. Doesn't matter where, ואפילו יניחו של חנות דיו. And even if you put on your table, it's enough. So you don't have to put it in a way that people will see it, if it's dangerous, if. וצריך להיות בתוך הבית נר אחר להשתמש בו. So then we come into very interesting topic. It's called ner acher, the other candle. So if you light it inside your home, then you should have other candle to use it for the light, because Hanukkah candle is not for the light. So if you have only Hanukkah candle inside your home, so it's not good because you will use this light. So if you light the Hanukkah candle inside your home, you need additional candle for the light. But if you have fireplace, like if you have a fire in your home, then you don't need to have additional candle. But if you're an important person that doesn't use the fire place for reading, then